Good evening and welcome to our alternative audio coverage of this Women's International Friendly between England and Australia. I'm your alternative commentator, Nicholas Jones, and you are listening to the Commentary Hub. And just got a greeting from Mike saying, "Hi, Nicholas. Hope you're well, mates." And all I can say is that I'm really pumped and really looking forward to seeing how England do against Australia tonight. We'll go into some of the news and little tidbits for them a bit later. But let's go through the lineup, starting with England. In goal is number 1 Mary Earps, number 3 Jess Carter, number 6 Esme Morgan, number 5 the captain Leah Williamson, number 2 Lucy Bronze, number 10 Ella Toone, number 4 Kira Walsh, number 8 Georgia Stanway, number 7, Chloe Kelly. Number 9, Alessia Russo. And number 11, Lauren Hemp. Esme Morgan will stand in for Alex Greenwood after she sustained a nasty injury in the Finalissima match against Brazil last Thursday. For Esme Morgan, this will be her fourth appearance in an England shirt, and if I'm not much mistaken, her first competitive start for the Lionesses. So she'll be looking to make an impression right from the get-go. Now on to Australia. In goal is number 18 Mackenzie Arnold, number 21 Ellie Carpenter, number 29 Claire Hunt, number 4, Claire Polkinghorne, the captain. Number 22, Charlotte Grant. Number 16, Hayley Rasso. Number 19, Katrina Gorry. Number 23, Kyra Cooney-Cross. Number 13, Tamika Yallop. Number 11, Mary Fowler. And number 20, the captain, Sam Kerr. I don't know why I thought Polkinghorne was the captain. So ignore that one. But for Sam Kerr, she is now the leading overall goal scorer for Australia with 52, ahead of Tim Cahill's record, and is even ahead of Tim Cahill's record of 50. The Matildas had won their last 7 matches, but they were denied an 8th in a friendly against Scotland on Friday. Now they're going to have to do it all. Now they're going to have to see if they can get back their winning form when they take on England. The game is taking place at the Gtech Community Stadium in Brentford, which was used as one of the many stadiums in the Women's Euros last summer. And of course it is the home of Brentford Football Club in the Premier League. Fowler and Rasso play for Manchester City in the Premier League, in the WSL, I should say. And another familiar name is Arnold. She is goalkeeper for West Ham United. And Australia, they also took part in an invitational cup, just like England. In their case, I should say, it was the Cup of Nations in their homeland. They beat Spain, the Czech Republic, and Jamaica on their way to victory. And Australia have tasted success in recent years. Almost did actually. They missed out on the bronze medal at the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo. Faced Great Britain, if I'm not much mistaken, in the quarterfinals. So if anyone knows any more info on that, then do please get in touch. And we are now some 10 or so minutes away from kickoff. The players will be coming out of the tunnel. The the players will be coming out of the tunnel very, very shortly. And I'd say for England, Kelly, Russo, and Hemp will be very strong up front. They have the numerical advantage over Australia, but Sam Kerr is one dangerous player, having proved her capabilities. Having proved her capabilities at both club and international level. So plenty of the Lionesses will know her gameplay, having played against Chelsea at some point in their careers. Claire Polkinghorne for Australia has made the most number of international appearances for the Matildas with 155. So she'll have seen their progression as both sides edge towards the Women's World Cup in July. They do have a couple of other friendlies ahead. Of them, though. Australia will hold a friendly against France. England will have a friendly at some point in July, though their opponents are yet to be revealed. Both sides will need all the practice. Both sides will need to show how they how well they fare against each other, because they could well be against them in the Women's World Cup. It's a very rainy evening in West London, and it has been raining across the country for a lot of the day. And a nice touch is that this game is this match is supporting the Alzheimer's Society, which a nice touch for them. The management now coming out of the tunnel. The rain is really pouring down as Serena Wiegmann and the rest of the management take their places in the dugout. Australia are managed by Tony Gustafsson, and he has been with them since September 2020. Quite a few. I could just about see one or two Australia fans in the stands. I think there'll be more than that. Though. Australia's last match against Scotland was at the Cherry Red Record Stadium, which I think is not too far up the road from where from the Gtech. Australia are likely to be wearing their yellow and green combination. England will, of course, be all in white. And the players now emerging from the tunnel, just behind the match officials. I did not have sufficient time to get the names of the referee and other match officials. So if you know who they are, then let me know in the comments. As the last of the England players makes their way onto the pitch, and the fans giving them the applause and waving their flags, and the pyrotechnics also going off as Serena Wiegmann stands on the touchline looking as composed as ever. They've won 30 matches under her. Will they make it 31 tonight? We'll find out as we now pause for the national anthems. Both sets of national anthems getting a rousing reception from the crowd as England and Australia go through the handshake procedures. I would have to say Australia will be finding it hard to get through the defence because as they proved in recent matches, England's defence is really rock solid with the likes of Carter, Williamson, and Bronze. In terms of who I think might make an appearance from the substitutes bench in the second half, I wouldn't put it past the likes of Lauren James, Niamh Charles, and even Lucy Parker to feature for them. Although I also think Rachel Daly and Katie Robinson aren't bad shouts either. And as for Australia, they might well call on Courtney Niven at some point throughout this game. Niven plays for Leicester City in the WSL, but we shall find out in good time as the clock ticks down to the start. As the clock ticks down to kick off, and 2-4-7, should I say, Bronze, Walsh, and Kelly posing for Alzheimer's Society. The lineup, the formation as follows: England in a 4-3-3 formation. Earps in goal. The back four of Carter, Morgan, Williamson, and Bronze, with Toon, Walsh, and Stanway in midfield. Hemp, Russo, and Kelly are the three forwards. They're actually wearing a sort of a bluish kind of shirt. As for Australia, they're playing in a 4-something formation. Anyways, Arnold in goal, Grant, Polkinghorne, Hunt, and Carpenter the back four, with Cooney, Cross, Gorry flanking Yallop, Fowler, and Rasso, and Kerr is up front. With Fowler as the players now getting into a huddle and discussing what tactics they're going to use, what strategy they should use. Lucy Bronze, as I mentioned, expect her to be really strong in defence. She has scored, and who could forget Chloe Kelly's match-winning penalty against Brazil in the finalissima? You can always count on her to deliver the goods, and the England management wearing the Alzheimer's blue flower in support of Alzheimer's Society. So we're just about getting ready to kick off. It will be Australia to start proceedings. The Matildas and everybody else getting into position, and I think it will be Mary Fowler that will kick off proceedings as everybody gets ready. We expect the game to kick off any moment. Now, the referee blows the whistle and everyone takes the knee in support of Alzheimer's Society and, of course, the ongoing fights everywhere else. And, of course, the ongoing fights for causes everywhere else. Last moments of pause, and away we go for this Women's International friendly between England and Australia at the Gtech Community Stadium. This is, of course, and speaking of Alzheimer's, this is the Alzheimer's Society International. Australia have had the early possession, but England are trying to tackle it back, but Australia are proving to be very strong. I think that's Sam Kerr with the ball. Yes, indeed it is. Kerr passes to Katrina Gorry, and an England player has gone down. I think that was Kelly, but the referee bringing proceedings to an immediate halt. Free kick to England, and it's Williamson to Lucy Bronze. Bronze passing up the field to Esme Morgan. Morgan back down to Williamson, although Kerr is pursuing her. It's now with Bronze. Bronze passing, but intercepted by Australia. Great use of interception by the Matildas, and it's given them a throw-in. It'll be Charlotte Grant to take the throw. She threw to I think that was Fowler. Yes, indeed it was. Fowler has somehow managed to get it through to Claire Hunt, and Carpenter trying to forward it to Rasso, but England were able to keep the ball away from her. Nice use of the feet by Jess Carter. And a throw into England. The action has stopped. It's all getting action packed, and we're just over 90 seconds in as Williamson takes the ball. As Williamson receives the ball from Earps. It's now with Esme Morgan. Morgan to Kira Walsh. Walsh has to watch out for Fowler and Kerr. She does so and passes to Williamson. Williamson passing downwind to Lucy Bronze. Bronze having to hold off Tamika Yallop, and she does very well. Tamika Yallop also very experienced as an Australian international. She has made 111 appearances for the Matildas. As Morgan tries to pass the ball up front, intercepted by Australia though. The ball has now gone back to England, and a shove in the back, I think it was, by Kyra Cooney-Cross. The referee saying play on, and Russo now challenging the defenders. The ball is now currently with Kyra Cooney-Cross, and she has to pass back to Grant. Grant now passing to Arnold in goal. Arnold clears the ball out of the Australia line, almost picked up by Carter, but it's now with Fowler. Walsh to I think that was Hemp. I thought it was Kelly for a moment, but it turns out it was Lauren Hemp. The ball is now with Morgan, and 3 minutes in, England 0, Australia 0. England still managing to keep hold of the ball. It's now with Lauren Hemp. She crosses into the 18-yard box. Russo goes for it, saved by Arnold. And I thought England would take the lead from that. So we're just going to take a look at I'm just going to take a look on my monitor. Russo touched the ball very lightly, and whilst it may have been goal bound, Arnold was there to save at the right moment. Australia had the ball momentarily, but England have just about managed to win it back. Australia have it again, and it's a throw-in to England. That was great ball control by Katrina Gorry, but it has resulted in a throw-in. Bronze to take the throw for England. She throws to, I think that was Russo. Yes, indeed it was. But it was intercepted by Australia. The ball now being crossed to Sam Kerr. Kerr trying to go around Williamson. She passes to Fowler. Fowler now to, I think that was Tamika Yallop. Yallop back to Fowler. Now the ball is with Another ball is with Gorry. Gorry now passing to Cooney Cross. Cooney Cross doing well to hold on. She passes to Mary Fowler, but intercepted by Lauren Hemp. England are now having to put their forwards in defence to try and keep it away, to try and keep Australia from scoring the opening goal. Bronze to Williamson, the captain. Now it's with Morgan. Morgan crosses down wing to Lucy Bronze. And Bronze now passing back to Williamson. Now the ball being passed to Morgan. Morgan crossing to Hemp. Hemp now trying to get the ball through to Georgia Stanway, but intercepted very well by Claire Hunt. Hunt now passing the ball around. It's ended up with Yallop. Yallop to that was Rasso. Haven't seen much of her so far, but Rasso had the ball cleared away by Carter, and that gave England a throw. It's all happening at the Gtech. It's all happening at the Gtech Community Stadium. Just goes to show that whatever the weather, football is an exciting game. And the ball now being sent back to Mary Earps in goal. Earps passes the ball out to Leah Williamson. Williamson to Walsh now. Back to Williamson. Kira Walsh. Now Williamson. Or should that be Morgan? It's Williamson. Now Morgan. Morgan. Passing to Carter. She was aiming for Lauren Hemp, I think, but it goes out of play. Tony Gustafsson is really enjoying seeing this, judging by his body language. It's Fowler to I think that's Claire Grant. Now it's been sent to. Now the ball is being passed to Sam Kerr, but well tackled by England. Earps now with the ball just outside the goal. She passes to Esme Morgan. Morgan to Williamson, and Williamson has to hold. Williamson was almost, and Australia have given it away to England. That was Russo, but she was too far back to try. But she was too far back to try and get the ball in, and the ball now being rolled out of the Australia goal. Australia doing well to hold on. The ball now being passed back to Arnold. Arnold now finds Claire. Arnold passes to Claire Grant, and Grant has now found. I couldn't see who. It might have been Kerr. It was, and it'll be a throw in to Australia. Charlotte Grant has been right in the thick of the Australian defence. And she's been doing really well so far for the Matildas. And talking of the Matildas, they're pressing forwards. They're trying to press the ball forward. It's Sam Kerr. Kerr did well to receive a pass, but I think play has been stopped for a free kick. I think there was an incident between Stanway, or was it Lucy Bronze? No, it was Lucy Bronze involved. So Australia will have likely taken the free kick. If you know any more of this, then do please get in touch. It's Kelly passing to Bronze. Bronze now finding, I think that was Georgia Stanway. Yes, indeed it was. And it's Williamson to Morgan, looking for Ella Toon, but intercepted by Fowler. And Fowler now passing to Gorry to I think that was Rasso, and but Australia are rebuffed by England. They managed to regain control of the ball. It's Claire Polkinghorne to Grant. Grant was trying to pass to, but Grant still holds on to the ball. She now passes to Fowler, and Sam Kerr. Kerr has to pass to. I think that was Grant again. Or was it Carpenter? It might well have been Carpenter, but England intercepts. We're just over 9 minutes. We're just over 9 minutes in. It's still England 0, Australia 0. Lucy Bronze now with the ball for the Lionesses. She passes to Williamson, who passes up the wing to Esme Morgan. Now the ball is with Jess Carter, although she has to look, although she almost lost it to Australia. Did well to pass back to Morgan, who in turn passes to Williamson. Kerr looks hungry. And but England still managed to keep things under control. It's Bronze passing the ball around to Williamson. They're doing this to try and throw Australia off. Kira Walsh now getting involved. And Walsh concedes the ball to Australia. It's with Hayley Rasso. Rasso goes for it, but saved by Earps. Kept out. England did really well to keep that out. And that was the closest Australia have come to scoring so far. England still have control of the ball through Jess Carter. Carter now to Williamson. And Williamson crossing to Lauren Hemp, although she has to watch out for Ellie Carpenter. And Carpenter did really well to block. That was lovely teamwork. That was lovely teamwork by England. I think that was the moment that England almost lost it. Morgan tried to tackle Rasso, but Rasso was having none of it. And but as we know, her goal was saved. I mean, goal attempt was saved. Australia now have the ball via a throw-in. It's now with Polkinghorne. Polkinghorne to Claire Hunt, and England are still trying to get hold of it. They just about do. It's Bronze, but they concede to Australia, not for long, and Stanway goes down. I can't see who fouled her, but the referee isn't interested at the moment. She's playing on. And the ball is now found Alessia Russo just outside the 18-yard box. Good thing is Stanway is back up on her feet. She was able to get up in a really quick amount of time. And the ball is now with Walsh. Walsh to Ella 2. Now back towards Walsh. Carter to, I think that's Morgan. Morgan to Stanway. Now Morgan again. Morgan, long pass to Russo, but cut out by Australia. The ball is now with Mackenzie Arnold in the Australian goal, but it goes to Lauren Hemp, and Hemp now has a chance to try and press it forward. Hemp manages to get it inside the 18-yard box. She passes to Russo, but Russo is cut out by the Australia defenders, and England still trying to hold on to it, which they do. It's Bronze to Stanway. Stanway passing now to, I think that was Walsh. Yes, indeed it was, and I could see an Australian player had gone down, but play still goes on. I think that was a shot from the corner by Lauren Hemp, I think it was, but easily dealt with by Mackenzie Arnold. And Lauren Hemp has to recover from this disappointment very quickly. There is still a long way to go, though. And at 13 and a half minutes, it's still England 0, Australia 0, but that could change as Kelly sprinted into the 18-yard box, but the ball was sent away very well by Ellie Carpenter. Corner to England, and it will be taken by Georgia Stanway. Stanway positions her ball just outside the corner. She takes a few steps back and is very calm and composed. She passes to Ella Toon, who passes back to Stanway. It's now with Walsh, and Walsh going for a long range shot. Was aiming for Russo, but headed away by Australia, and the ball is now with Kyra Cooney-Cross, but but something has happened. It's an incident with Alessia Russo, and has she hurt herself? I don't know at this moment in time. And the England physio is coming over to have a look. This was what happened just now. I think Russo was closest to goal. Was she punched? But was she punched by Mackenzie Arnold? She was. And Mackenzie Arnold appears to have clattered into her. Did she do it? Did she do it on purpose? I don't think she did. The referee looking very calmly at the situation. Our referee is Natalie Simon, and Russo appears to be okay. So no further harm done. Serena Wiegman discussing the situation with the management. They can only hope that Russo isn't too badly hurt. Otherwise, she could well miss out for the Women's World Cup. But no, she appears fine now. And Australia now have the ball with Gorry crossing to Fowler, but tackled by England. It's Walsh. A slight tackle by Gorry results in nothing, but somehow Australia manages to take it back. Or should I say manage to take it back? It's a throw in now to Australia. Ball thrown to Kyra Cooney-Cross, and it's now been sent to Mary Fowler. Fowler having to hold off Jess Carter. Now it goes back to Cooney-Cross. Now the ball is still with us. The ball is still with Australia. It's Cooney-Cross once more. She crosses to Sam Kerr, but sent away by Esme Morgan, and it will be a throw-in to England. And Tony Gustafsson taking some time to dry himself off from the inclement weather. As Carter gets ready to throw, she throws to I think that was Chloe Kelly. Now the ball is with Georgia Stanway. Stanway to Leah Williamson, and Williamson now crossing to, I think that was Bronze, but did she get it? But was she clipped by an Australian defender? I think she might have been. Anyway, it's given Australia a throw in, and the Matildas doing really well with their ball control. It's Fowler. Fowler, she has to pass to Charlotte Grant. It's Charlotte Grant now with the ball for Australia, but she loses it to Bronze, and England have regained control. It's Lauren Hemp to Williamson. Now the ball has been passed to Esme Morgan. Morgan back down to Williamson. Williamson still with the ball. She passed to Walsh momentarily. It's Morgan again now. Now the ball has been passed to Bronze. Bronze to Williamson. Williamson passes to Kira Walsh. Now it says Morgan. Morgan does a forward pass to Jess Carter. Now the ball has found Ella Toone. She passes back to Morgan, who in turn finds Williamson. And Williamson now passing to Ella Toone. Now the ball is with Lucy Bronze. Toone made a snap decision to pass back. I think that move was wise, but the ball is being crossed forward to Georgia Stanway. Intercepted by Charlotte Grant. Stanway goes on. Is she going to cross it to Russo? She is, but blocked by the Australian defence. Russo goes down, but the referee isn't interested. And play still goes on. Kerr is alone and tries to go and was about to go after the ball, but thought better of it because she knew that she would be in an offside position. So she thought that one out really well. As Williamson does a forward cross to Chloe Kelly. Kelly now to Morgan. Morgan back to Kelly, intercepted by Australia, and it's now with Sam Kerr. Kerr sprinting towards the goal. Is this going to be a shock? Is this going to be a shock? The answer is no. England are able to keep it out. And it's Bronze to Williamson, and who in turn passes to Kira Walsh. It's been a frenetic 20 or so minutes so far. In this game, England still have the ball, but they lose it to Carpenter, and Carpenter now passes to Claire Hunt. Hunt in turn passing to Mackenzie Arnold. 20 minutes in, it's still England 0, Australia 0. And you're listening to the Commentary Hub with me, Nicholas Jones. We're also live on the Commentary Hub too, JB Sports, Storm FM, and you can also hear us on our Twitch channel. So throw in to Australia to be taken by Carter. Carter throws to Kerr, but the ball is conceded to England, and it's Leah Williamson, I should say, with the ball. Although she's got Mary Fowler breathing down her neck, she passes to Ertz. Fowler still wants the ball, but nothing doing. England still managed to keep it in their possession. And it's now with Kira Walsh, though she has to look out for Sam Kerr. She passes down wing to the captain, Williamson. Williamson pressing the ball forward. She passes to Hemp. Hemp does well to hold on. The ball goes over the line, but she did really well to keep it in. She passes to Georgia Stanway. Stanway passes back down to Esme Morgan. Morgan now to Leah Williamson. Williamson to Lauren Hemp. Hemp has to watch out for the Australian defence, but she does well to pass to Bronze, and Stanway, who in turn passes back to Bronze. Stanway wants the ball being played further forward, and Bronze almost passed to Hemp, but she was checked or blocked by Katrina Gorry. Serena Wiegman giving out her orders from the touchline, but it's a throw in to England. Bronze throws to Rousseau. Rousseau cut out by Claire Polkinghorne. Good use of her feet by Polkinghorne, but it's given England a throw. They'll be taking the corner from the up. They'll be taking the corner from the right hand side, and they'll be hoping that this will. They're hoping that this attempt will be more successful. It's Lauren Hemp to take the corner. She does a long pass to Ella Toon, who in turn passes back to her. It's now with Georgia Stanway. Stanway crossing the ball into the 18-yard box, saved by Mackenzie Arnold. I don't think Rousseau even realised that Arnold had the ball. I think even though she was trying to wrestle it away from her, the ball has now been rolled out by Arnold. It's now with Gorry trying to play it further forward to Carpenter, but intercepted by England. Lucy Bronze passes, does a forward pass to Lauren Hemp. Hemp almost fouled or pushed by Claire Hunt. But the ball goes out of play, and shouts of fury by one or two of the Australian players, by the looks of it. The referee coming over to take a look at Lauren Hemp. Was there actual physical contact between her and another player? I think that might well have done. Remember, she is wearing that mask over her. Remember, she is wearing a mask because of the nasty nosebleed she sustained in that game in the Finalissima match against Brazil. Wiegman coming over to have a look and trying to talk over what the best course of action is as to the rest as to the England physios. And I think that's Lauren James warming herself up. Could she be coming on? Could she be coming on? So could she be coming on early? As Morgan passes to Williamson, and it's now Morgan again. Carter passes back to Morgan. Carter now crossing the ball forward, but headed by Carpenter, almost nicked by Rasso, and who gives it away to a Manchester City teammate, Kelly. And Kelly passing, and Kelly has to pass back to her teammates, and it's now with Leah Williamson. Williamson to Bronze. Now it's with Williamson again. We're now 25 minutes in, and it's still England 0, Australia 0. Morgan crosses the ball down wing to Williamson, who in turn crosses forward to Georgia Stanway. Stanway has to watch out for a Gorry, and she did that. Was able to pass the ball back to her. Was able to pass the ball back to her teammates. It's Morgan to Walsh. Now Leah Williamson. Williamson to Lucy Bronze. Bronze in turn passes back up to Morgan. Now it's Jess Carter. Carter to Kelly, but Kelly has to pass back to Morgan. It's Morgan now to Williamson, who passes to Stanway. Stanway now to Alessia Russo, and it's Russo now with the ball, who passes to Walsh. Now it's with Jess Carter. Carter to Chloe Kelly. Now it's Ella Toon. Toon passes back down to Carter. Now the ball has found Esme Morgan. It's Carter again. Now back to Morgan. Morgan has to pass down wing to Leah Williamson, although Williamson had to watch out for Sam Kerr. It's Bronze to Stanway. Stanway passes back to Esme Morgan. Morgan in turn passing to Kira Walsh. Walsh passes the ball to Williamson via Walsh. Or was it Stanway? I don't know. Anyway, it's Williamson crossing to Alessia Russo. Russo fouled by Charlotte Grant. Grant was nowhere near the ball, and Lauren James will come on in place of Lauren Hemp. That is such a shame for Lauren. That is such a shame for Lauren Hemp to be taken off so soon and replaced by James. It's a free kick to England. I think Grant should have been cautioned. Amazing that she didn't receive a yellow card. So Stanway to take the free kick, very close to the 18-yard box. So, but will they have success in getting the ball in? The answer is no, as Kira Walsh receives the ball just outside. Australia headed away, but England tried to take it back. Headed away again by Tamika Yallop. Now it's with Jess Carter for England. Toon has the ball, but in turn passes back to Carter. Almost taken away by Katrina Gorry. Carter tries to hold on. She keeps it in. She passes to James. Now it's back to Carter, and Carter's been fouled. I can't see who I can't really tell who fouled her, though my guess was that it was Kyra Cooney-Cross. And I can confirm that indeed it was Cooney-Cross. I think she was trying to get the ball away just so she could pass to Fowler. Anyway, it's now Chloe Kelly for England. She crosses into the 18-yard box. The ball almost had by James, but it goes out of play. So superb, wonderful cross, I should say, by Kelly, but unfortunately deflected away by Carpenter. Now the ball is with Ella Toon for England, who passes to Walsh. Walsh now to Stanway, and Stanway has to pass the ball back to Williamson. So Williamson now to Chloe Kelly. Kelly in turn passes to Williamson. Williamson now passing to Kelly, back towards Williamson. Williamson now towards Stanway, but cut away by Australia. Now the ball's been sent to Alessia Russo, who in turn finds Chloe Kelly. Kelly crossing into the 18-yard box. Is it going to go in? It just missed the side netting, and that was by Russo. Unlucky for the Manchester United forward to miss. So nice. So the assist provided by Kelly found its target, but Russo just couldn't finish it off. And as a result, the score still remains after 30 minutes: England 0, Australia 0. Australia now have the ball through Sam Kerr. Kerr trying to pass it to I think that was Tamika Yallop, but nothing doing. And so Russo now has the ball once again for England. She passes to Lauren James. James to Carter. Carter passing now to Russo, but intercepted by Australia. Good work by Claire Hunt. And Australia still managed to keep it. Australia still managed to keep it in there, keep it under their control with Kyra Cooney-Cross. And Cooney-Cross now crossing to Sam Kerr. And Kerr now has the ball. Is she going to go for the shot? And it's in! Australia take the lead! What a surprise for England! What a surprise for England! Is there 31 is their 30 match unbeaten run about to come to an end? I did say that Sam Kerr would be dangerous, and that proves it. Excellent teamwork between Hunt and Kerr was just able to receive it. Lovely cross by Hunt, and Kerr just took it off. And I think that was a poorly given away header by Williamson, and Kerr was just in the right place at the right time, and Australia lead by a 1-0. And Tony Gustafsson really ecstatic about it, and so too is Sam Kerr. And that is her 53rd overall goal. England need to recover from this, and fast, if they are to still keep that unbeaten run. It's Chloe Kelly now for England. She passes at bronze towards Russo. Now back to Kelly. Kelly losing the ball to Charlotte Grant. Good tackle by her. She passes to Yallop. Yallop now to I think that was Kerr, but the ball was deflected out for an England throw. And Tony Gustafsson encouraging the Matildas to showing more aggression towards England. It's Esme Morgan to Lauren James, although James has to hold off Carpenter. She passes to Toon. Good tackle by Carter. Carter now passing to Kerr, and Kerr slips up on a bit of wet grass, and that concedes the ball to England. It's Kelly to Russo. Russo crossing now to Stanway, but blocked by the Australian defence. I think Claire Polkinghorne was involved. Just going to take another look at that on my monitor. Good cross by Russo, but Stanway just couldn't finish it off, and good use of the body to deflect the ball away by Polkinghorne. This is England's third corner now. Can they turn things around with this? As Stanway raises her arm, she kicks the ball into the 18-yard box, headed away, almost headed in by Lucy Bronze, but kept out by Mackenzie Arnold. And you know what they say, bad luck comes in threes. England have had 3 corners, but they couldn't convert them into goals. Really close by Lucy Bronze. I think she was heading towards Russo, but Arnold was in the right place at the right time to keep them at bay. Goal kick given to Australia, and after 35 minutes, it's England 0, Australia 1. I wasn't expecting to say that, and so early on, as Toon now passing to Carter, who in turn passes to Kira Walsh. Now it's Ella Toon again. Toon passing to Alessia Russo. Russo tackled by Ellie Carpenter, and that sends the ball out. Will this be a throw-in to England? Yes, indeed it will. It's a throw-in to be taken by Jess Carter. Carter aims, she throws to Bronze, who passes back to Carter, but it goes over the line, and that will be a throw-in to, and that will likely be a throw-in to Australia. So we're just waiting for Australia. So we're waiting for Australia to take the throw-in now, which they do. The ball now goes to Polkinghorne. I think it is, but it's intercepted by England. James to Williamson. Williamson passes to Stanway. Now it's Kira Walsh. Walsh crosses to Lucy Bronze, and Bronze tries to keep hold of the ball, but can't. She lost it to Kyra Cooney Cross, or was it? No, it was Tamika Yallop, and to the ball now. It's a throw-in to England. England take the ball through Bronze. Australia tried to take it off, but England was still able to keep it inside, and a foul on, I think, Yallop. Being checked over by a team. I think Chloe Kelly was the instigator in that. And poor Tamika Yallop, she's wincing in pain. That does, anyway, that does look bad. And will Australia be making a substitute in the first half? Also, I'm going to try and piece this together. And Kelly Studs, I think just clipped her on the shins. So there might well have been an injury. So there might well have been a knot to the shins or knees. I couldn't quite tell what it actually was, although she could have stamped on her foot too. But so the physios looking over her. The physios are looking over her. Tony Gustafsson now showing a face of concern, and I wouldn't be surprised if we have an extensive period of stoppage time before the halftime interval, as Serena Wiegman tries to remain calm, and poor old Tamika Yallop, she's limping. So that looks like a very nasty knot to her foot. I can see a substitute getting ready to come on for Australia. It's a corner to England anyway. Although I don't think England should have received that corner. And the ball is I think headed forward by Williamson, but saved anyway by Mackenzie Arnold, and Mackenzie Arnold gets ready to kick the ball out of goal, and Tamika Yallop still limping and hobbling around. So for the time being, Australia are reduced to 10. They should get a substitute in quickly, as Mary Fowler now has the ball for the Matildas. She passes to I think that was Kerr. Now the ball is with Polkinghorne to Charlotte Grant, and Grant's now passing to Katrina Gorry, but deflected out, but deflected away. And it will be an England goal kick. And yes, a substitute is about to be made. A substitution is being made for Australia. On comes number 5, Courtney Vine, who plays for Sydney FC in the top Australian women's division. But a foul on Alessia Russo. The referee saying play on. Rasso tried to get the ball. Rasso tried to keep hold of the ball, but it was deflected away. But she deflected it away, and throwing now to England to be taken by Lucy Bronze. Bronze throws to Kelly. Kelly fouled almost instantly by Charlotte Grant. Grant has really been in the thick of things throughout this game, hasn't she? As Morgan passes up the wing to Jess Carter. Carter passing back to Morgan. Morgan in turn passing to Williamson. Williamson passes to Stanway. Now the ball is with Bronze, or should I say Williamson again? Williamson passing to Esme Morgan. Morgan to Carter. Carter under pressure from Vine, but she does well to keep it under control for England. Williamson losing the ball to Mary Fowler, who in turn heads it towards Hayley Rasso. That could well have resulted in Australia going for a second, but England were able to hold on to it as Lauren James has to deal with Ellie Carpenter, but the ball goes out of play. I think she deflected. I think it was a last minute deflection by Carpenter, so England will have taken the throw in, which they have. It's Williamson crossing to Chloe Kelly. Now Bronze goes for a long-range cross to Russo, who she spotted, but kept out. But the ball's kept out by Carpenter, and offside. Offside flag given. Was Russo just that fraction. She was just that fraction offside. Nothing she could do, and it still remains after 42 and a half minutes. England 0, Australia 1. England now regaining the ball through Ella Toon, and it's been passed to Williamson. Williamson crossing the ball forward to Lauren James, but James misses. Unlucky for her not to get to the ball. And so it will be a throw-in to Australia. Australia take the throw. It's Mary Fowler, but she loses the ball to England. It's Morgan. Esme Morgan now for England. She passes to Carter. Now it's with Kira Walsh. Walsh to James. Now back to Kira Walsh. Walsh in turn passing to Esme Morgan. Morgan back to Carter. Now it's with James back to Carter again. Now Morgan again. Morgan to Georgia Stanway, but fouled. The referee says play on. That was advantage Australia, and Sam Kerr looked like she was going to try and tackle Leah Williamson. But as the ball was sent forward to her by Rasso, but good defending by England. We're now into the penultimate minute of the first half, and it's Courtney Vine for Australia. She's pelting towards the pitch. She tries to cross to Kerr, but dealt with very well by Morgan. It's Elatoon passing back to Morgan. Morgan now passing to Williamson. England have had a really tough night of it so far, conceding the goal to Australia, and now the ball being passed to Lauren James. England will need to think up. England will need to think up extra special plans if they are to get themselves back into contention throughout the second half. Williamson passing up the wing again to Morgan. Morgan crossing the ball to Lauren James. We're now into the 45th minute. 3 minutes have been added on because of the fouls happening to Lauren Hemp and Kyra Cooney Cross. That was a long shot by Lauren James, but it just went over the crossbar, and but it was aimed too high. No way was it going to go in. Sails past the bar, and it still remains England 0, Australia 1. Mackenzie Arnold gets ready to kick the ball out of the goal. She does. She I think that was a cross. I think that was a clearance towards Ellie Carpenter. But the ball dinked out again by England. So it'll be another Australia throw to be taken by Carpenter. Carpenter to Courtney Vine. Now it's with Mary Fowler. Fowler tries to pass back to Vine, but the ball's tackled by England. Fowler tries to take the ball back, but Morgan did really well. But Morgan did really well to stand her ground. The ball now being crossed forward to, I think that was Russo, but Russo was too far back. She couldn't get to it, and the ball the ball has been pushed out. So it will likely be another corner to England. That was a bit unnecessary by Russo to shove Arnold out of the way. I think she'll be given a verbal warning. So a goal kick to Australia. So a goal kick to Australia. Russo, I think, had no right to shove Arnold out of the way. So goal kick by Australia. Momentarily with England, now again with Australia, but England have taken it back. It's James passing to Ella Toon. Toon passes to Russo, but gives the ball away to Australia. Vine now has the ball for the Matildas, but it goes out for a throw. Thrown by Carter. Carter passes to Morgan, who passes down wing to Williamson. Williamson to Lucy Bronze, and now the ball has been crossed forward to Georgia Stanway. Stanway now to Kira Walsh. Now it's Chloe Kelly. Kelly crossing into the 18-yard box. Russo tried to get to it, but nice block by Claire Hunt. Lovely delivery by Kelly, and I'm actually mistaken. Arnold got to the ball before both of them did, and it's half time at the Gtech Community Stadium. What an amazing first half it was, and yet England are a goal down. And England are a goal down. This is the first time that has happened under Serena Wiegmann's tenure. So this will be a whole new challenge for the Lionesses to basically get themselves back into the game. And try and turn things around. We're going to go for a break, but join us just before the start of the second half. You won't want to miss it. Don't go away. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub's coverage of this Women's International friendly between England and Australia. And the players now getting ready for the second half, just doing a few last-minute warm-ups. But what a first half it was! Australia have stunned England with that amazing goal by Sam Kerr, and I wouldn't put it past them to. I wouldn't put it past her to at least go for more. So it'll be England to restart proceedings for the second half. This might have been a friendly, but I'm sure they didn't expect the results to be like this. And away we go then for the second half at the Gtech Community Stadium, and England have the ball first. It's Esme Morgan passing to Williamson. Williamson has the ball. She now passes to Kira Walsh. Now back to Williamson. Once again, the ball is with Morgan. Morgan to Jess Carter. Although Hayley Rasso looked like she wanted to have a piece of the action, and so the ball now being crossed forward to, I think that was Ella Toon, but Australia almost had it, but good interception by Georgia Stanway. It's bronze to Walsh. Now it's back to now it's been passed back to Morgan. Now it's with Jess Carter. Carter to Lauren James, and James now passing the ball to Ella Toon, who in turn passes back to James. James to Alessia Russo, but Russo almost cut out by Australia, but she did well to pass back to Ella Toon. It's not over yet as Carter passes to James. James passes back up the wing to Williamson. Williamson now to Lucy Bronze, although Courtney Vine looked like she was going to try and take it off. But it's given England a free kick. That was a bit of unwanted physical contact. Surprised that she hasn't been booked. The referee Natalie Simon trying to make sure that the ball is in the correct position for the free kick. And the Australian player and the Australian players now looking to create the defensive wall. Stanway and Walsh, Toon, or I think Stanway and Kelly standing by to take the free kick. Who will take it first? Will it be Stanway? Will it be Kelly? It'll be Stanway. It's actually going to be Stanway and Kelly. I think Stanway's going to try and sell him a dummy, and Kelly's going to be the one with the final touch. They're discussing how they're going to do it now. So we're just going to wait for it. And in fact, it's a role reverse as the ball's being played up towards Kelly, but Australia aren't fooled. And that was good. That was a good tackle. But that was a good tackle by Katrina Gorry. England, I think did have the right idea, but Gorry was able to keep it up. Gorry was able to keep England at bay. Corner now to England. The ball goes into the 18-yard box, but it's headed away by Polkinghorne, and the ball's now been taken by Morgan. England tries to regain control, and they just about do, but Australia still managed to hold on. And was that a shot by Ella Toon? If it was, it was a brilliant one, but the ball was saved by Mackenzie Arnold. And we're almost 4 minutes in, and we're almost 4 minutes into the second half, and it's still England 0, Australia 1, as Fowler now takes the ball for the Matildas. She passes to I think that was Rasso, but England were able to regain possession and it's Williamson to Bronze. Bronze now passing to Stanway. Stanway fouled by Gorry, and that's a throw in to England, which they take straight away. And it's Morgan to Williamson, who in turn passes to Carter. Now it's James. James to Morgan, who passes back up to Williamson. And the ball's now been intercepted by Courtney Vine. Good tackle from her. Is she going to pass to Sam Kerr? She has to. And England are trying to call for offside, but Kerr's still very much on and goes for a shot, but she misses the side. And that gets an applause of approval from Tony Gustafsson. That was very nearly the second. And Kerr, I think, was just about onside. And but there was just no way that was going to go in. She was just that fraction too wide. Throw in to Australia to be taken by Claire Hunt. Hunt throws to Fowler. Fowler in turn passes to Rasso. Now it's back towards Fowler, I think. That's a foul on Fowler committed by Georgia Stanway. Free kick now to Australia, and it will be Kyra Cooney Cross. That will be Kyra Cooney Cross that will take the free kick. Mary Earps gets into her position in goal. Only 2 England players standing in front of the defensive wall. Could be very risky though, because And the free kick taken by Australia. Is this going to be the second? No, it isn't. As Lucy Bronze was able to get to the ball before Kerr did. Excellent cross to Kerr, by Cooney Cross, but Lucy Bronze was in the right place at the right time to deflect it away. The ball is now with England. It's Leah Williamson. And she crosses down wing to Carter, who misses, and I think Rasso was about to take the ball as well, but nothing doing. Throwing now to Australia, I should say, to be taken by Carpenter. Carpenter throws to Sam Kerr, and but it goes around to. Carpenter, intercepted by England, who passed to Ertz. Now Ertz passes the ball out to Williamson. Williamson to Kira Walsh. Now the ball's been passed back. Now the ball's passed down wing to Morgan. Now it's with Ella Toon. Toon to Carter. Now Ella Toon again. Now it's Morgan. Now it's Morgan again. Now it's Esme Morgan once more. Morgan to lose, was about to go for Williamson, but but the ball was intercepted by Kerr. Now it's Mary Fowler, but the ball conceded to England. Australia are not giving up. They want that second. As the ball is now played forward to Kyra Cooney Cross, but it has to be passed back to Charlotte Grant, and Grant now passes to Hayley Rasso. So it's Rasso with the ball for Australia. Rasso now passing to Polkinghorne. Now Grant to Kerr, but the ball conceded to England. Now it's Kira Walsh. Walsh now crossing towards Alatoon, but the ball intercepted, but the ball taken, I should say, by Claire Hunt. Now the ball, but the ball's still with England. Crossed by James to Russo, but kept out. But kept out by Claire Hunt for Australia. England's defence has been England's defence since that Australian goal has been somewhat scrappy, as has their forward play. But I think that's mainly down to Australia not making it easy for them. Fifth corner now for England, and it will be Stanway to take the corner. She kicks the ball in towards the 18-yard box, but Australia managed to keep it out, at least for now. And it looked like Lauren James was about to get the ball, but it was too late. She missed, and it will be Ellie Carpenter it'll be Ellie Carpenter that will take the throw for Australia. She throws to Mary Fowler, who in turn passes back to Carpenter. Now it's Georgia Stanway to Esme Morgan. Morgan to Leah Williamson. I think Stanway was fouled. Rachel Daly in conversation with one of the managements. Will she make an appearance in the second half? We will have to wait and see, as it's Lauren James now with the ball, has to hold off. Carpenter does so, passes to Toon. Now the ball is with Kira Walsh, and Walsh crossing up the field to Lucy Bronze, and Bronze now in turn finds Chloe Kelly. Kelly crossing into the 18-yard box, but headed away by Australia. Now the ball is firmly with Esme Morgan. Morgan to Jess Carter. Now it's Morgan again. Morgan to I couldn't see who. Now it's Lauren James with the ball for England. She passes to Carter, who in turn passes to Esme Morgan. Morgan passes down wing to Carter. Now the ball is with Lauren James. James to Ella Toon, but cut out by Claire Hunt. And it's a throw into England to be taken by Carter. Carter gets ready to take the throw. But there appears to be a problem, or is it? No, there's nothing wrong with Claire Grant. I think she was just trying to get her foot into her boots. So play has been delayed by about 10 or 15 seconds, and we get ready to restart the game with the throw by Carter to Ella Toon. Now the ball is with Kira Walsh, in turn passes to Morgan. Now it's with Williamson, although she has to be careful of Kerr. It's now with Bronze. Now Kelly dancing around the defenders, but she passes back to Bronze. Now the ball is with I was going to say Carter, but Rasso was able to steal it, and I think that was a foul on Carter. What is the referee Natalie Simon going to say about that? Nothing untoward. So nothing untoward. So play still goes on as Bronze now has to hold off fine, but she almost runs into Grant, and the ball, and I think that was a cross towards the goal, but saved by Mackenzie Arnold. And I think that was a cross by Kelly. Was aiming for James, but Arnold was there at the right moment. And after almost 59 minutes, it's still England 0, Australia 1, as Williamson passes to Bronze. Now back towards Williamson. Now the ball has been passed to Kira Walsh, who in turn passes to Lauren James. Now it's Jess Carter. Carter now towards Ella Toon. Ella Toon now with the ball. She passes to James. Can James go for the shot? Deflected away by Arnold. But England still want that equaliser. It looked like Stanway who had the ball last, but she was bundled over. By an Australian defender. We'll clarify who it is shortly. James, superb efforts, but denied by Arnold, and Rachel Daly will be coming on in place of Ella Toon. Toon has had one or two chances, but nothing has quite come of it. And Rachel Daly now comes onto the pitch. Will she be able to change England's fortunes? Corner now to the Lionesses, and Daly looks for a suitable position inside the 18-yard box. As Stanway kicks the ball into the goal area, headed over though by Bronze. I'm sure that wasn't the intention. I think she was looking for a goal, but she was too far back, and it just clipped the back of the net. And England still have it all to do as Arnold clears the ball out of the Australia goal, headed by but the ball's headed by I think that was Williamson and England, and the ball is loose. It's about to be picked up by Kelly, but Kelly will I'm sure receive offside. So no difference is there, and the ball now being tossed around by Kira Walsh, and I think an Australian player must have had the last touch of it, so it will be a throw in. And a throw in to be taken by Bronze. She throws to I think that was Russo, but it doesn't quite come of it, and it has to go back to Esme Moore, and it has to go back to Leah Williamson, Esme Morgan, I should say, in defence. Morgan to Williamson. Williamson now passes back down. Williamson passes back to Morgan. Morgan crossing to James. That was a great forward pass. And to the ball now with Chloe Kelly. Is she going to go for it? Too high from Chloe Kelly, and it seems to me like England are sort of running out of options here. They've got to put their backs into it. And it's a goal kick to Australia. Cleared away by Arnold, who finds Sam Kerr. Morgan losing the ball to Australia. Now it's with Katrina Gorry. Gorry clipped by a defender. And England are able to keep the ball out of the 18-yard box. Gorry had the idea, but she was just clipped by Williamson, or was she? No, I think the ball just bounced off her back. So good use of the body by Leah Williamson. And but it has resulted in a free kick to Australia, and Tony Gustafsson trying to keep, and it's actually a corner. I beg your pardon. Corner now to Australia, and the ball goes into the 18-yard box, but England are able to defend. But Mary Fowler has managed to nick the ball for the Matildas, who she passes to Rasso, but fouled by Daly, and the ball still in, and the ball is still out of it. So Fowler did well to pass to Rasso, but that was an unnecessary foul by Daly, and it's given Australia a throw. Australia will be looking to punish England further for that, as as Hunt's momentary touch of the ball is deflected away for another throw. 64 minutes gone. It's still England 0, Australia 1, and you're listening to the Commentary Hub with me, Nicholas Jones. And we're live on the Commentary Hub too, JB Sport, Storm FM, and Twitch. Meantime, England now have the ball through Williamson. Williamson passing up. Williamson doing a forward pass, I should say, to Kelly, but the ball's intercepted by Australia. It's now with Sam Kerr, and Kerr sprinting towards the 18-yard box. Or was that a pass to Vine? Yes, it was. Yes, it was actually a pass to Courtney Vine. But England were able to hold them off. Carter now to Esme Morgan, I should say. Morgan was aiming to cross to a James, but was blocked by Carpenter. And England now have another chance to play the ball forward. Morgan passes to Earps. Now it's Leah Williamson. And Williamson passes up the wing to Lucy Bronze. Now it's Stanway to Kelly. Now the ball's gone to Alessia Russo. Russo to Lauren James. Is this surely the moment for England to equalise? No. Australia were able to halt that opportunity. It's now the ball is with Walsh, who passes to Williamson. Williamson now to Lucy Bronze, and Bronze aiming for Russo, but caught by Polkinghorne, and the ball's now with Stanway, who in turn passes to Bronze. Now Esme Morgan playing the ball forward to Carter. Now it's Lauren James passing back to Carter. Carter passing back to Morgan. What can she do? Morgan passes back to Carter. Carter tries to play the ball forward, but deflected by Rasso towards Kerr. Now back to Rasso, and Kerr now has to get after the ball. She finds it and crosses to Courtney Vine. Is this the chance that Australia have doubled their leads? And it was through Charlotte Grant. And that takes them one step closer to ending England's unbeaten run of victories, to take England's unbeaten run under Serena Wigman, I should say. What a superb finish by Charlotte Grant. I thought it was going to go towards Vine, but the header by Grant was spectacular. Williamson, I think might have gotten the last touch of it, but for me it was Charlotte Grant's moment, and Australia lead England by 2-0. And for Charlotte Grant, that is her first goal at international level. And if she carries on playing the way she does, she could well be someone to watch out for at the Women's World Cup this summer. England now have their backs up against the wall. It had to happen sometime, and the fates have decided that tonight is the night. And Australia aren't going to rest on their laurels. They're going for a third. But Sam Kerr was, I think, blocked by Morgan. Or was Kerr offside? I think she might have been. If she was, it was only by a couple of meters, I think. as Williamson plays the ball forward to Georgia Stanway, but so the ball is conceded to Australia. It's Sam Kerr, but she's gone down only to adjust her socks, I think. And the rain is still falling at the Gtech Community Stadium. And after just over 69.5 minutes, it's now England 0, Australia 2. And Australia will be looking to add more. We'll be looking to add more goals to their tally. We'll be looking to add more goals to the score sheets throughout the next 20 minutes. England have to at least equalise, and they've got to get those goals in and fast. But as I keep saying in commentary, Australia are not making it easy for them, and Stanway appears to have fouled somebody, and she only gets a verbal warning from the referee Natalie Simon, and it was on Kyra Cooney Cross. I think she just clipped her. I think she just clipped her on the leg, but Stanway lucky to get away with it. And Serena Wiegman goes all quiet, although I think she's just trying to keep herself composed. She is one tough cookie, is Serena Wiegman, and it's now Australia with the ball, but given away to Russo and England. Australia managed to take it back, and it's now with Mary Fowler. Although I think an England player was briefly fouled. It was Russo. Remember, she was roughed up pretty badly in the first half, and but she has been able to keep herself going. Lands on her backside. That was a nasty bang, but she appears to be all right. So that's good news for England. Carter now after the ball, but she manages to take advantage of a throw-in, and the throw-in now to Esme Morgan. Morgan passes to Williamson. Goes back to Morgan. Now Williamson again. Williamson looking for someone to pass to, and she does. Through to, I think that was Bronze, and who in turn has found Russo. Now Russo going for Lauren James. James gets to the ball, goes for a cross, but kept out by Australia. And it's now Lucy Bronze going for another chance. Is this going to be the equaliser? No, it isn't. Daly just couldn't convert it. And Bronze and Daly did have bronze, and that was a nice header by Daly, but it just went past the post. Serena Wiegman understandably disappointed with that miss, but at least England are still trying. Carter to Walsh. Now the ball has gone forward to Alessia Russo. In time gets into a bit of a tangle with somebody, but the ball has been given away to Mary Fowler. Fowler to Hayley Rasso. Rasso now passing to I think that was Carpenter. Indeed, it was Carpenter to Grant, and Grant now passing to Polkinghorne. Polkinghorne now with the ball for Australia. Polkinghorne has to hold off Russo, which she does, and in turn finds Courtney Vine. Vine passes the ball around to I think that was Kerr, and Vine takes it back, but she concedes to Leah Williamson. Williamson passes to Earps. who in turn passes back out to Williamson. Now the ball is with Kira Walsh, and Walsh crossing to Lauren James. I'm surprised England haven't made any further substitutions, and Charlotte Grant. Aggrieved about something, but she manages to keep her cool, and that was I think what frustrated her. I think James tried to get to the ball but couldn't, so I think she slipped up and almost made contact. Polkinghorne has been doing really well. Polkinghorne has been doing well in defence, as has Claire Hunt, but I think the standout player for me in that pass but I think the standout defender for me for Australia has to be Charlotte Grant, who's been right in the thick of it. So with 15 minutes to go, it's still England 0, Australia 2, as Lucy Bronze now has the ball, and that was a back pass to Leah Williamson. Now it's Carter. Williamson again, or should I say Morgan. Morgan to Williamson. Now it's with Kira Walsh, and Walsh crossing to Lauren James, but kept out by Australia. So throw in taken by England. The ball's now being passed to Williamson. Williamson to, I think that was a Stanway, back to Williamson, and Williamson crossing to Chloe Kelly, but intercepted by Carpenter. Good work by her. So Carter now to Walsh, who in turn passes to Kelly, and Kelly trying to cross forward to I think that was Ella Toon, but the ball has gone out, but the ball goes over the line for a goal kick to be taken by Mackenzie Arnold. Mackenzie Arnold has been really good in the Australian goal, and she kicks the ball out of the goal area, but the ball's intercepted by Stanway, but it goes out of play for an Australia throw, and I think it will be Charlotte Grant to take the throw. Australia did lose out to Scotland on Friday, remember, but for the travelling Australian fans, I feel that the trip will be worthwhile for them. And Rasso passing to Carpenter. Carpenter tries to find someone to pass to, but is tackled by England, and the ball is now made its way to Lauren James. James passing to Esme Morgan. Now it's Jess Carter. Carter to Chloe Kelly. Back to Carter. Carter now passing to Esme Morgan. Morgan now passes up the wing, but the ball's intercepted by Australia, and it's now with Sam Kerr. Kerr to Fowler, but was a player offside? But was Kerr offside? I think she might have been. Just going to take another look at this, and yes, I can definitely see Kerr was definitely offside, and Gustafsson frustrated at this. But Australia still managed to keep hold of the ball. Fowler passing to Rasso. Rasso almost losing it to Carter. Now it goes back to Fowler. Fowler to Carpenter. Carpenter towards Kerr, who's out on her own, but good interception by Williamson for England. She passes to Bronze. Now the ball is with Georgia Stanway. Stanway trying to pass to Stanway was trying to go for a long pass to Chloe Kelly, but Australia were able to keep hold of it. England take it back. No, they don't. And Australia try to take it back. It's Grant trying to nick the ball from Bronze, but Bronze still manages to hold on. Now the ball goes back to Australia through Grant, and it's with Grant. She was aiming for a Rasso, but I think Rasso slipped up on some wet grass, and or should I say a wet patch, and England were able to take the ball back. It's Daly to Kelly, but Kelly misses. And England are ticking ever closer to their first defeat under Serena Wiegman. Throw-in taken by Australia, and but it goes over the line, and that didn't last long. It'll be another throw-in to England, and throw-in to Morgan. Throw into Morgan, and but nothing so far. The ball's now being kept. Ball now still with England. It's Kira Walsh. Walsh was aiming for Rachel Daly, but Australia still holding their ground, courtesy of Hayley Rasso. Rasso passing to Katrina Gorry. Gorry now to Sam Kerr. Kerr passing to Hayley Rasso. Now the ball is intercepted by England through Chloe Kelly. Daly now. Now it's Carpenter. Carpenter to Kerr, but the ball's deflected back towards Carpenter. And Carpenter passing to Kerr. Will Kerr be able to make it 3? Now it's with Mary Fowler. Fowler tries to hold off Bronze, but can't. And Bronze was able to tackle that ball right when it mattered. And so the ball is now with Kira Walsh, and Walsh now passing the ball to Bronze. Bronze tries to cross forward to Russo, but the ball is intercepted by Gorry, and it's gone out for another throw-in. Carter takes the throw-in for England. She throws to Williamson, but she has to be wary of Fowler. Was able to avoid her, but Fowler takes the ball back for Australia. She crosses to Sam Kerr. Kerr has to get to the ball, and she does so. Nice work by the captain. She passes to Rasso, and Rasso now with the ball. She's just outside the 18-yard box. Passes back to Kerr, and Kerr now passing to I think that was Gorry. Gorry now to Carpenter, and Carpenter has found. I think that might have been Cooney Cross, but good ball control by Australia. And it's given a throw into England though. Carter throws to Walsh. Now the ball is with Morgan. Morgan passing to Leah Williamson. Williamson plays the ball up front to Lauren James. Now it's Alessia Russo. Russo inside the 18-yard box, but cut out by Charlotte Grant. And the ball is now with Australia. It's Charlotte Grant trying to cross to Sam Kerr, but Kerr was too far back, and it goes as far as Mary Earps. Earps passes to Esme Morgan. Morgan now to Jess Carter. Now Chloe Kelly, but Kelly loses the ball to Carpenter, and Carpenter tries to do a back pass, but was caught by Jess Carter. Was Carpenter offside? I think she may have been. And now England are going to make a substitution. On will come Jess Park. On loan to Everton from Manchester City. This will be her 4th appearance in a Lioness shirt. And also on comes Lottie Wubben-Moy in place of Esme Morgan. And straight away Park with the ball, but it's deflected away by Australia. And it goes and it was a throw into England. Stanway crossing into the 18-yard box, but headed out by Australia. Now the ball is with Fowler. Fowler to Kerr, but she loses it to I think that was Stanway, and she passed to her to Park, but play had to be stopped. And also Jess and I can confirm that it was Park on for Carter. Now back to the situation in hand, and it was Courtney Vine appears to have picked up a strain in her leg. She has been a really good substitute, and another player will be coming on for Australia. That looks to me as though it is Claire Wheeler. Kira Walsh gets ready to take the free kick for England. We're just waiting to see what the situation is with Courtney Vine, and I think Sam Kerr is going to come off for Claire Wheeler. And she goes over to have a chat with Tony Gustafsson. This is, I think, what happened to this was the Sam Kerr goal from earlier on in the first half. Amazing it was too. Just goes to show what a world-class player she is, both for club and country. So with less than 5 minutes to go, and yes, indeed, it is Claire Wheeler who is going to come on. Yes, indeed, it is Claire Wheeler who is going to come on for Australia, as Courtney Vine is being led around by the officials. Courtney Vine, a substitute in the first half herself, but she makes way for Claire Wheeler, and Tony Gustafsson taking the decision to rest her for the remainder of the game. Free kick taken by Stanway, but saved by Mackenzie Arnold, and I think she was just trying to catch a few breaths before she was going to kick the ball out of the goal. So we've now got 4 minutes to go, and it still remains England 0, Australia 2. Ball now being collected by England. I think that was through Leah Williamson, and it'll be a throw in to Australia, and it will be taken by Ellie Carpenter. Carpenter throws to Mary Fowler. Was aiming for Hayley Rasso, but Kerr almost had it as well. England are able to take it back though. It's Jess Park, but Australia have regained control of the ball. It's Hayley Rasso, but I think player's been stopped for something. Was that a tug on the shirt by Park? Indeed, it was, and that was on Cooney Cross, and Cooney Cross probably won't be too pleased about that, and it's given a free kick to Australia, to be taken by Katrina Gorry. So it'll be Gorry to take the free kick. Standing in front of her are Kelly and Toon making up the defensive wall. And through goes the ball into the 18-yard box, but an easy save by Mary Earps. And for me it's no contest who my player of the match is. It's Charlotte Grant. Reasons why I will give to you in a moment or two, as England's hopes now will rest on a consolation goal. It's surely too late for them to equalise, let alone snatch a last minute win, as Lucy Bronze crosses to Jess Park, but intercepted by Polkinghorne. Now the ball goes back to England. It's Stanway doing a long range cross to Chloe Kelly. Kelly has to watch out for Carpenter. The ball still remains with England, and Kelly has been fouled, but she's straight back up on her feet, and play still goes on. Kelly now to Jess Park. Park passes to Alessia Russo, but it goes over the line. England have not England have not taken advantage of their opportunities, and Russo was just way out. And a yellow card given to Hayley Russo, the first of the night. And what a time to do it with a minute or so to go. And that was what happened to Chloe Kelly. And it's given England a corner. The ball goes into the 18-yard box. England is looking to try and reduce the deficit, but Australia keep it out. Throw into England, and I can now reveal why I have given my player of the match to Charlotte Grant. She has just been so effective in defence, and that amazing goal just put the icing on the cake for her. So well done to Charlotte Grant, our player of the match, sponsored by Commentary Services. And just as I was talking to you, Mackenzie Arnold just kept out an attempt by England. I think it was to do with Chloe Kelly. And we're now into the 90th minute. 4 minutes have been added on, so England still have time to at least get a consolation goal in. Stanway kicks the ball into the 18-yard box, but it goes over the bar. That was by Russo, and nothing doing. If England are to lose, which is getting ever more likely, they will have lost a game for the first time since April 2021. And Mackenzie Arnold has been given a yellow card as well. England lost 2-0 to Canada on that day in 2021, and that was at the Bet365 Stadium in Stoke. And Chloe Kelly now has the ball for England. She's entered the 18-yard box, goes for a shot, but it goes over the bar. And England are surely running out of time to at least get a consolation goal in. Kelly with the shots, but I think she was blocked by Katrina Gorry. In fact, fouled by her, which is why the ball was deflected away. Katrina Gorry was also a contender for my player of the match, but just because Grant impressed me more, I had to give it to her. And Serena Wiegman knows that's her first defeat as England manager is very much looming. But what has happened to Sam Kerr? Sam Kerr must have picked up an injury somewhere. She's being led around by the physios. A goal kick given to Australia, and that was a goal kick given to Australia. As Arnold clears the ball out of the goal, but it's been given to, but it's intercepted by England. Now it's Curtis, and it's with Chloe Kelly. Kelly passes to Walsh. Now back to Kelly. Kelly just outside the 18-yard box, tries to cross it in, but England miss. It's now Georgia Stanway, and I don't believe it. She's missed. And with just under 90 seconds to go, I think it will. And with just under 90 seconds to go, I think it will still remain 2-0. Stanway was going the right way about things, but I think one of the defenders got in her way, as she was entitled to do so. And Sam Kerr has now come off the field. Who has taken her place? We will let you know. We will let you know as and when we can. As Mackenzie Arnold gets ready to kick the ball out of play. And proceedings are, I think, taking a very long time. And I think Rasso has come off as well. So on comes Courtney Nevin, who I mentioned earlier was at Leicester City, and on comes number 27, Alex Chidiak, and the ball, and we can now resume the game. It's Kelly losing the ball though to Australia, and and it'll surely be game over any time now. We're now into the last 10 seconds of allocated time. I think we're going to go over enough, and that was another foul on Chloe Kelly. I think that was by Katrina Gorry. We're now into the 94th minute, so we are going to go slightly over time. Free kick to England. Polkinghorne initially with her back to the ball. And so Stanway has to take advantage of this free kick. She's failed before. She's failed in her last attempts. Can she turn things around this time? And she runs up to the ball, kicks it into the 18-yard box, saved right at the last moment by Arnold. I thought for one fleeting moment it was going to go in. Stanway did everything right, but Mackenzie Arnold was able to keep her at bay, just as she has been doing to England throughout this match. And the ball goes out, of the Australian goal, and it will be taken by Esme Morgan, a throw in, and we've now gone a minute over, and that is it, full time at the Gtech Community Stadium. England's 30-match unbeaten run is over. They say all good things must come to an end, and it certainly has for England under Serena Wigman, and Australia are jubilant. Many would have thought they would lose to England, given that England had the home advantage. But the Matildas dug deep, and boy did they dig deep to find the answer, to break England's stranglehold, and those amazing goals by Sam Kerr and Charlotte Grant contributed to that magnificently. Full-time score at the Gtech Community Stadium. England 0, Australia 2. I have been blown away by Australia's performance. England will need to take heart from this and reassess what they need to do in order to prepare for the Women's World Cup. But for Australia, I think that has given them just that extra edge over England in terms of confidence boosting. Will they face each other in the Women's World Cup? Who knows? That wraps it up for our cup, and that wraps it up for our coverage on the Commentary Hub. Thank you for listening. We'll see you again soon. Until then, good night.